All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever walked into a room and just felt awkward, overlooked, or maybe even underestimated? Yeah, you are not alone. So today, we're going to break down a clear, actionable blueprint for building real social confidence. And it's all based on the amazing work of human behavior expert Vanessa Van Edwards.
And it really all starts with this quote: "I'm a recovering awkward person." I just love this because it gets right to the point. Social skill is not some magic power you're born with. Not at all. It's something you can actually learn. I mean, if she can go from being a self-described recovering awkward person to a master of communication, hey, so can we.
I think we've all had that feeling, right? You walk into a party or a meeting, your mind just goes completely blank, and you feel like you're not showing people who you really are. It feels like you're not in control, and honestly, it's super frustrating. But what if you could take that control back?
So where do we even begin? Well, it starts with a pretty huge mindset shift. Instead of just waiting around to magically feel confident, which, let's be real, might never happen, we're going to take a little side door. The secret isn't about faking it till you make it. It's about taking active, conscious control of the signals you're sending out to everyone around you.
This right here, this changes the entire game. Confidence is not some internal feeling you have to hope for. It's an external action. It's a signal that you choose to send. You can decide, literally, right now, to start sending signals of warmth, of competence, of friendliness, no matter how nervous you might be feeling on the inside. So how do we actually start sending the right signals? Well, the work begins before you even leave the house. It starts by making a conscious decision about how you want people to see you.
Okay, let's do this really quick exercise together. First up, what's your current word? Be totally honest with yourself. For Vanessa, it used to be awkward. Next, what's your bad day word? You know, when you're stressed or in a hurry, maybe you come across as absent or rigid. And now for the most important part. What are your ideal words? Pick 2 or 3, like warm, competent, or loving. This is your new North Star.
All right, so you've got your ideal words. Let's say warm and competent. Now what? How do you actually project that? This is where we get into making that first move, whether it's in dating, at a networking thing, or even just at the coffee shop. And this, my friends, is where most of us get it completely wrong.
This concept is a total game changer. It's called signal amplification bias. Basically, we think that quick little glance or that tiny smile we just gave someone was this huge, obvious sign of interest. But in reality, the other person probably didn't even notice. It's like we're broadcasting at a volume of 2, but we think it's cranked up to a 10.
You want to know how subtle we're being? A study watched people in a bar and found that it took a woman sending an average of 29 flirtatious signals in just 10 minutes for a man to finally catch on that she might be interested. Not 3 signals, 29. The takeaway here is huge. You are not being nearly as obvious as you think you are.
So how do you send a clearer signal? You got to turn up the volume. Start with what's called a flirty glance. You look at them, you look away, and then you look back one more time. Add some small smiles. A little bit of gentle self-touch, like playing with your hair or touching your neck, can signal openness. But you know the most powerful tool of all? A simple, super low pressure, hey, as you walk by. It's low risk, and it is very high reward.
Now, when you do say that hey, get this. This is all the time it takes for someone to judge how confident you are. 200 milliseconds. That's it. Before you've even finished the word, they've already made an assessment based on one single thing, your voice.
The key is vocal relaxation. See, when we get nervous, our voice tends to get higher and kind of tight. The secret is to take a breath in and then speak on the out breath. Seriously, try it right now. Say hello while breathing in. Sounds weird, right? Now, take a breath and say hello as you breathe out. Can you hear that difference? That lower, more relaxed tone instantly signals confidence.
Okay, so you've made the approach, you sounded confident, now what? Well, this is where we shift gears. We go from making an impression to the real goal of any great conversation, which is simply making a connection.
You know, the science behind connection is actually really simple. We are fundamentally wired to like people who are like us. It's a real thing. It's called the similarity attraction effect. Every single time you discover a shared interest or a shared experience, one of those Me Too moments, you are literally building another thread of connection between you.
So let's just throw out the old playbook. Your mission is no longer to be impressive or to sound super interesting. Forget about those scripted questions you memorized. Your one and only goal is to search for those Me Too moments.
Doesn't that take all the pressure off? You're not performing anymore. You're just on a fun little treasure hunt for similarities.
And this Me Too mindset, it's not just for one conversation. It is the absolute key to the ultimate goal, finding your people, building a tribe that genuinely, truly gets you.
There was this study on high school popularity that found something that just completely flips the script on how we think about being liked. The most popular kids, they weren't always the funniest or the best looking. The one thing they all had in common was this: they had the longest list of people that they liked. Their focus was completely outward, not inward.
And that brings us to the final, and maybe the most important mindset shift of all. Your mission in life isn't to be interesting, it's to be interested. You need to aggressively, genuinely look for reasons to authentically like the person right in front of you. Because when you find those reasons, you create a real, unbreakable bond.
So you see, this all comes back to a choice. Confidence isn't something that just magically happens to you. It's a signal you choose to send. You have the blueprint now, you have the tools, so the only question left is, what signal are you going to actively, intentionally, and confidently choose to send out into the world today?